not even just bigotry, in particular, it's words. It's not like you even have to do a bigoted thing, like you beat up a black person for being black, or you discriminate actively. It's like, if you have said something that sounds racist, is racist, that is worse than murder, war, etc. And, you know, that was kind of like a phenomenon this summer, because I was so outspoken against the war in Gaza, and the clips were going around on TikTok and Instagram, and a lot of liberals are saying, wait a second, even he is saying this is evil. This is a guy we're supposed to hate. You know, maybe the broken clock is right twice a day. And I was on my show reminding people, like, yeah, maybe I'm racist. Maybe we disagree on issues of race, but I'm against murder. I'm against genocide. And like you said, is that not the actual moral paradigm? Is like killing, war, famine? You know, are these things not the real evils? And maybe bigotry is somewhere further away from that, and saying things that might be bigoted further even still from that. And we live in a society now where it seems like if you have ever uttered anything that's bad, it haunts you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you look at my Wikipedia page, and it's like, he's a racist, sexist, homophobe, Islamophobe. In 2018, he said this. In 2020, he said that. And I go on shows, and in the news reports, they list like things I have said. It's like I do a talk show. Yeah. I talk 3 hours a day for a living for 10 years, and sometimes it sounds controversial or provocative or offensive, but doesn't that kind of go with the territory of freedom of conscience? If we can think, should we not be able to speak? And if we speak, can we not be wrong? Can we not be funny? Can we not be insensitive or bombastic? And I guess this gets to something about, because you think, well, society shouldn't be this way, but why is it this way? People are hanged by their words selectively. This is like, these are tools of reputational destruction. They don't like where you're pointed, so then they look for things that are going to hurt people's feelings and say, oh, well, you shouldn't listen to this guy because he said this, and I bet you don't like how that sounds, huh? Because when you look at, I brought this up on PBD, Ben Shapiro, in the year 2000, I think, wrote an article about ethnic cleansing. It said transfer is not a dirty word. And he's arguing for literal ethnic cleansing. Now, I have never argued anything close to that. I've never made the argument that we should ethnically cleanse blacks from the United States. But if I did, I'd be hanged by that forever. Yeah. Is Shapiro. Why and why not? He is not reminded of that every time he goes around, not because he apologized for it 20 years later, but because he has all the correct opinions. He's not a target. He's got backing. And so that kind of tells...